Pennhurst State School and Hospital was opened from 1908 to 1987. It was originally known as the Eastern Pennsylvania State Institution for the Feeble-Minded and Epileptic. This institution was for mentally and physically disabled individuals of southeastern Pennsylvania. It's located in Spring City, Pennsylvania, in Chester County, and it housed about 2,790 people. Most of them were children. Overcrowding was just the beginning of the neglect and abuse that individuals at Pennhurst had to put up with. There would be about 60 beds per room and only about 1 or 2 employees to stay in there with the individuals. Lou Chapman did a study whenever she did a 2-day live-in experiment at Pennhurst Center in October of 1979. This uncovered a lot of negative things that were happening at Pennhurst. Some things people knew about, and some things have been overlooked for many years. Certain changes and accommodations were made before Lou arrived at Pennhurst for her experiment. Some of these included the women in her ward getting new sneakers and wearing their own clothes, although that doesn't usually happen. Also, Lou was allowed to go to the bathroom on her own and bathe herself, while everyone else had to be bathed by men that worked at Pennhurst and could not go to the bathroom by themselves. Lou did not believe this was right because the people that are living at Pennhurst are just as much human as she is. And she was very confused on why they were not getting the same accommodations that she was. Another accommodation that was made was that there were more staff members per shift than there normally would be if Lou was not there. This was worrisome for her, since she was in a ward with 14 women that were classified as severely and profoundly disabled, and they needed care almost constantly. So for them to only have 1 or 2 staff members was not safe. All of the able-bodied residents got jobs that they would do within Pennhurst. Some of these jobs were okay, such as working with the food, and other jobs were not as good, such as cleaning bodies after someone passes and taking them to the morgue, or giving enemas and cleaning beakers and test tubes in one of the labs. It was something to do, but a lot of the residents did not appreciate the jobs they were given. Although residents worked within the medical areas of Pennhurst, they still did not get treated properly. For example, dentist chairs such as this one would be used to pull children's teeth out so they would stop biting, although that was one of the effects that came along with their disability. Many people died at Pennhurst. Some died because they were living there their whole lives, ever since their parents dropped them off because they had a disability, or because they weren't wanted, or because their parents didn't think that they looked normal. A lot of people also died due to the neglect and abuse that they endured while they were at Pennhurst. There were many unmarked graves at Pennhurst due to many people not knowing their own name, so one was made up for them. Many of the buildings at Pennhurst are still up today, although Pennhurst is closed down. It has become an asylum attraction around Halloween time, and there are many people that are trying to preserve Pennhurst and make it not be an attraction for horror and entertainment in a way. They want people to know about the abuse and torture and pain that was caused at Pennhurst. Because if we don't learn from our history, we're doomed to repeat it.